I remember the day I noticed something was off. She laughed with him in a way that made my heart sink. It was a laughter that felt different, and deep down, I knew I was losing her. When she walked away with my trust, it felt like a big, heavy rock was sitting on my chest. I could have let that hurt make me sad and give up, but instead, I took that pain and turned it into something strong. I decided to work hard and chase my dreams. Every time I faced a problem, I built something amazing. From it, like a castle made of my own hard work. Trust is like a fragile spark. It can light up everything or fade away just like that. When I first met Lily, the spark was bright. We laughed and shared our dreams, and I quickly let my guard down. But then things changed. Lily started to pull away, and I felt my world tilt. I was busy building my business, putting in late nights and hard work. But while I chased my dreams, an uneasy feeling settled in my stomach. I wanted to trust her, but doubts crept in like shadows. Each late-night text and vague excuse chipped away at my heart. Was this love real? Or was I just being foolish? One night, I made a choice that would change everything. I followed her, and what I saw made my heart drop. She was with another guy, hugging him like they were more than friends. My heart crackled with betrayal. Anger bubbled up, and sadness threatened to drown me. The trust I'd built shattered, leaving me feeling lost and desperate. When I confronted her, I hoped for the truth. "Lily, what's going on?" I demanded, my voice shaky. She stammered, trying to explain, but her words felt empty. Doubts swirled, in my mind like a storm. Watching her slip away was like watching a cool breeze turn into a raging wind. How can I dream of a bright future when the past hangs over me like a dark cloud? I remember when Lily and I talked about our big plans. We dreamed of a life filled with laughter and love. We were going to conquer the world together. But one day, it all crumbled. Just like that, our dreams faded away, and I felt betrayed. I thought I could build my own empire to forget. I worked day and night, pouring everything into my business, but it felt empty without her. I'd money and success, but where was the joy? I wanted someone to share it with, someone who wouldn't leave me when things got tough. Why did she have to go? I muttered to myself, staring at the wall. Could I ever trust again? Doubts swirled in my mind like a storm. I needed to find someone who understood my dreams, someone who wouldn't vanish when challenges came. I took a deep breath. I won't let betrayal define me, I told myself. I'd to be strong. I could shape a new future, one filled with hope and resilience. But as I opened my heart again, I wondered, would I find real love or just more heartbreak? As I sat in my office, doubt wrapped around me like a thick blanket. I couldn't think straight. Trust felt like a fragile glass that had shattered, leaving sharp pieces stuck in my heart. Every day reminded me of Lily and how she'd betrayed me. I was scared to let anyone in. Healing felt impossible, like wandering in a dark tunnel with no way out. Can I ever trust again? I asked myself. The thought made my stomach twist. New relationships felt like walking a tightrope. I searched my memories, trying to figure out how I ended up so lost. I set up walls around my heart. I knew I needed to protect myself, but it also made me feel lonely. I was strong, but my fortress felt empty. Every time I met someone new, fear gripped me. What if they hurt me too? I wanted to believe in love again, but the sting of betrayal was always there, lurking. I'd built a life I was proud of, but it felt empty without real connections. Doubt was a heavy weight, reminding me of the risks of opening up. How could I trust again when trust was so easily broken? I knew I'd to face my fears. I took a deep breath and stepped out of my office, my heart pounding. I was trying so hard to focus on my business, but when I saw Lily again, it hit me like a freight train. My heart raced fast. Half of me was mad, and the other half wanted her back. I thought I was over her, but there she stood, making me feel things I thought I'd buried deep. The trust we once had felt broken, and I needed to know why. Why did you walk away? I asked, my voice firm but shaky. Lily looked away, avoiding my gaze. You know why, she shot back, her voice defensive. I could see the walls she built around her, like she'd created a whole new life without me. The strength I thought I'd crumbled the moment I faced her. I felt like a soldier who'd fought hard only to find the enemy still there. Was this a chance to clear the air, or just more chaos? My mind spun with questions. "Do you even care?" I pressed, my voice cracking. "I made a life without you, but you left a hole inside me." She looked hurt, but the silence between us felt louder than anything we could say. I was trying to rebuild my life, but betrayal hit me like a punch. Every day, my trust issues grew stronger. Lily's late nights and secret texts were like flashing warning signs. I felt like I was sinking in a sea of pain, each reminder of her distance dragging me down deeper. I spotted signs of betrayal everywhere. The way she smiled when she thought I wasn't looking, the phone calls that ended the moment I walked in. Those moments haunted me. I wanted to believe in love, but it felt like I was clinging to a big fat lie. My heart hurt with every bit of uncertainty. I needed a way to cope, so I buried myself in work, but every win felt empty without trust. How can I rebuild with her when her actions scream cheating, I thought. Talking to her felt like walking on glass, sharp and painful. Healing from this betrayal felt impossible. I tried to convince myself to move on, but the memories kept dragging me back. I can't let her betrayal control my future, I decided. I'd face the truth. I'd use this pain to build my own path, to create my empire without her. "Lily, we need to talk," I said one evening, my voice steady but my heart racing. She looked up, surprise flickering in her eyes. "What's going on?" "I know something's off. You can't keep lying to me. It's tearing us apart." Her eyes widened, and for a moment I saw fear. "You're overreacting. I'd never. Stop. I deserve." "The truth," I interrupted, my voice loud and firm. Suspicion tore at me like a wild animal. I thought our love was strong, but now it felt like a shaky bridge ready to collapse. Every late night and every secretive phone call made my heart race with doubt. Was she really mine, or was it all just a cover for something darker? Days passed, and I felt trapped in a cage of my own making. I wanted to scream, to ask her what was going on, but fear held me back. What if I was wrong? What if my worries were just shadows? But the way she pulled away hurt more than anything. I felt like I was losing her, and it scared me to death. Couldn't stop myself from watching her. Every time I saw her laugh with another guy, it felt like a knife to my gut. I hated how suspicion clouded my mind, twisting everything. "What are you hiding?" I whispered to myself as the pain grew. "Why are you acting so strange?" I finally blurted out one night. Her eyes widened, and I could see a flicker of something. "Guilt?" "You're imagining things," she said, brushing it off, but it only deepened my fear. Doubt sat heavy on my chest, squeezing the joy out of my life. I wanted to trust her, to believe in us again, but the scars were still fresh. "I love you," I insisted, trying to hold on, but my heart felt like it was cracking. "Then stop being paranoid," she shot back, her voice sharp. It was like a slap. The battle between love and suspicion raged inside me, draining me. Could I ever escape this pain? Or was I stuck in this nightmare forever? As I watched Lily come home late again, my stomach twisted. Every time she dodged my questions, it felt like a knife twisting deeper in my gut. "Where were you?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "I was just out with friends," she replied, her eyes darting away. The lie hit me hard. I wanted to trust her, to believe our love was strong, but doubt clouded my mind. Each secret look and weak excuse made my heart feel like ice. I felt like I was losing control. "Am I crazy for thinking something's off?" I muttered to myself. I needed to trust her, but it felt impossible. The anger, the fear, it all swirled inside me. I clenched my fists, trying to stay strong for my business. I can't let this ruin me, I thought, but the more I fought my feelings, the stronger they became. "I can't lose her," I whispered, but losing myself felt even worse. I'd to take back control. "Listen, Lily, we need to talk," I said, my voice firm. "About what?" she snapped, her frustration clear. About us. I can't keep living like this. I need to know the truth. Her silence spoke volumes, and in that moment, I knew I'd to trust myself. I'd to turn my pain into action. If she was hiding something, I'd find out. I wouldn't let her manipulation win. I'll build my empire, I promised myself, no matter what. How could someone I loved so much use my feelings against me? Lily had a knack for twisting my emotions, making me question everything. Whenever I confronted her, she'd just act like the victim. "Why are you doing this to me?" she'd say, and I'd feel guilty for even asking. It hurt deep down, leaving scars I couldn't forget. Looking back, I saw the signs of manipulation clearer. It was like a fog lifted, and I could finally see the red flags waving wildly. Trust issues piled up like dirty laundry. I felt broken and lost. I knew I needed to set boundaries, but how could I start? I began to focus on myself, learning to say no and recognizing my own worth. It wasn't easy. "You can't keep treating me this way, Lily," I finally shouted one day. She just smirked. "You'll miss me when I'm gone." But I was done, being her puppet. Emotional resilience became my shield. Each step I took away from her felt like I was reclaiming my power. I'd to remind myself feeling hurt wasn't weakness. It meant I was human. I wanted to break free from the chaos she brought into my life. As I started to build my own life, I became stronger. I accepted the lessons her betrayal taught me. I won't let anyone manipulate me again, I promised myself. Lily had turned my life upside down. I felt lost and confused, trapped in a storm of pain. Trust. It was gone. I needed answers, and I was determined to find them. Every day was like a fight. I kept replaying our memories, looking for clues I might have missed. I thought about our happy moments, the laughter, and those nights when she wasn't home. Was I just imagining things, or was there a real reason to worry? I decided to ask my friends for help. "What's up with Lily?" I asked them, hoping for some clarity. They listened, but their words only made me feel worse. I wanted the truth, not just some comforting lies. Then I saw her with Tom. My heart dropped. It was like a light bulb went off. The betrayal hurt, but it also sparked something inside me. I couldn't let this break me. I'd to rise above, not just in work, but within myself. The moment I saw Tom across the bar, anger shot through me like a lightning bolt. He was laughing with his friends, totally clueless about the pain he'd caused me. My heart raced, and I felt a wave of betrayal wash over me. I couldn't stop thinking about him and Lily, how she giggled at his jokes and looked so comfortable with him. Each laugh they shared pushed me deeper into a pit of jealousy. I stormed over to him, fists tight and heart thumping. "What's going on with you and Lily?" I shot at him, my voice steady but fierce. He looked at me, smirking, like I was just a nuisance. "She's just a friend, man. You should trust her," he said, his words cutting like a knife. Trust. How could I trust anyone ever again? The weight of betrayal felt like a rock in my chest, making it hard to breathe. I felt foolish, confronting the guy who'd helped break my heart. My mind flashed with memories of Lily laughing, now twisted into a painful mess. Emotions crashed around me like a thunderstorm, each feeling fighting for control. Anger bubbled up, sadness weighed me down, and betrayal sliced through my heart. How could someone I trusted, someone like Lily, turn everything upside down? It felt like I was drowning in a whirlpool of confusion, and facing these feelings seemed impossible. Every morning, I woke up feeling heavy. My heart ached like it was trapped under a giant rock. I knew I'd to build my emotional strength. So, I grabbed a notebook and started writing. I poured out my feelings, letting the ink soak up the hurt. Writing became my escape, a place where I could be real. I realized that facing my emotions wasn't weak. It was brave. I'd to confront the pain, to let it breathe, and to see it for what it was. Rebuilding my trust felt like climbing a steep mountain, each step harder than the last. I'd to trust myself before I could trust anyone else. Every little win, every moment when I felt clear-headed, helped me stand up straight again. I began to see that not everyone would betray me like Lily did. There were real friends out there, but I needed to be patient. As I focused on my business, building my empire, I understood that my emotions, though hurtful, were part of my story. They shaped who I was becoming. I refused to let betrayal define me. I'd rise up stronger than ever, ready to face whatever came next. "Why did you do it, Lily?" I snapped one day, confronting her at our favorite coffee shop. Her eyes flickered, but she didn't answer. "Answer me!" I pressed, my voice sharp. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she finally said, but her words felt empty, like echoes in a dark room. "Your actions say otherwise," I shot back, feeling the weight of her betrayal press on my chest. As I stared at my phone, I felt like a storm was brewing inside me. Lily had messaged again. Was she really sorry, or was this just another trick? My heart raced. I wanted to trust her, but all I could think about was the hurt she caused me. Memories hit me hard, the fun times we had, the love that felt real. But then everything turned bad. Each time I picked up my phone, I felt like I was in a boxing ring, battling my own thoughts. Should I text her back? Should I give her another shot? Or was I just asking for more heartbreak? My heart pounded as I thought of what I'd done since we broke up. I'd built my life back up from the mess she left behind. I didn't want her to destroy that, but part of me wanted to know why she'd reached out. Leaving the past behind felt like a weight lifting off my shoulders, but I'd no idea what was coming. I remember that day like it was yesterday. My phone buzzed. It was Lily. My heart raced. Could this be my chance for closure? She wanted to meet, and I agreed, hoping for real apologies that could fix some of what had broken between us. When I got there, the air felt heavy. Lily looked different, nervous, maybe even guilty. I braced myself. I expected her to own up to the betrayal that had shattered my trust. But instead, she started talking about her new life, how happy she was with Tom. Each word hit me like a punch. I wanted to scream, to remind her of everything we'd lost, but I stayed silent. As she went on, my heart hardened. I wanted to shake her, to make her understand the pain she caused. All our dreams, the laughter we shared, it felt like a ghost now. I fought back tears, realizing no apologies could bring back what was gone. I felt invisible as she continued, talking about her shiny new world. I stood there, listening to Lily's words about her new life. They sounded fake, like she was reading from a script. I felt a surge of anger and betrayal. She'd tricked me, and it hurt deep inside. I'd given her everything, my trust, my heart. But now, I saw the cracks in our relationship. I had a choice to make. I could let her lies pull me down, or I could fight back. I chose to stand tall. I dug deep and found strength I didn't know I had. It was time to focus on me. As I walked away from her, I felt lighter, like a heavy backpack had been lifted off my shoulders. I threw myself into my business, using my pain as fuel. I worked late nights and woke up early. Each hour brought me closer to the dream I envisioned. My hard work paid off. My business started to grow, and so did I. Lily's face faded from my mind. Instead, I pictured success. I was determined to show myself I was more than her betrayal. I turned my anger into ambition. I was no longer the hurt guy. I was Jason, a man on a mission. I wouldn't let anyone get in my way. "Watch me soar," I whispered to myself, feeling the fire inside me grow. My commitment to my vision was like a lifeline. When Lily walked away, it felt like the ground dropped from beneath me. But instead of wallowing in sorrow, I grabbed onto my goals tighter than ever. I had to keep moving forward. I started sketching out my business plan. Day by day, I pushed myself. "Remember why you started," I whispered. My entrepreneurial spirit kicked in, and I faced the challenges head on. I took risks, stumbled, but learned from every failure. I celebrated even the smallest victories like they were giant wins. I knew I'd to grow as a person. I read books, attended workshops, and met other business owners. Each new piece of knowledge built my confidence. Setbacks? They became stepping stones instead of roadblocks. I began trusting my gut again, knowing every choice was a step toward my dreams. As time passed, I rebuilt myself piece by piece. I stopped looking back and focused on what lay ahead. With each success, I felt lighter, freer. My vision transformed from a distant dream to a vibrant reality. I wasn't just starting a business, I was creating a legacy. Through all the chaos, I realized my commitment to my vision was my greatest weapon. It led me through the darkest times and showed me a brighter path. The empire I was building proved I could rise from the ashes of betrayal. Lily thought she could break me, I said to myself, a smirk creeping onto my face. But here I am, stronger than ever. Building my business became my new obsession. After Lily left me, I felt lost and hurt. Instead of sinking into sadness, I decided to turn my pain into something powerful. I jumped headfirst into learning everything about business. I needed to forget the heartbreak and focus on making money. I studied my competitors closely, figuring out what they did right and where I could do better. Every day I worked tirelessly to build my brand. I wanted it to be strong and memorable. I listened to my customers, taking their feedback seriously. If they didn't like something, I changed it. This connection made me feel alive again. Finding the right team was crucial. I hired people who believed in my vision, just like I did. Together, we built a lively workplace. I focused on being a better leader, helping my team through tough times. We cheered for each other, celebrating every win, no matter how small. Networking became my lifeline. I went to events, meeting industry leaders, and making valuable connections. Each handshake and conversation opened new doors. I soaked up their stories, using their advice to fuel my growth. Every step I took felt like I was taking back control of my life. My business wasn't just about making money, it was about proving I could rise from the ashes. I turned my heartbreak into strength. The moment I saw real results from my hard work, a wild rush shot through me. I'd spent countless hours building my business, sticking to plans that promised success. Each obstacle I crushed felt like a trophy. Every little win pushed me to reach for more. I found a way to juggle work and my own growth. I met amazing people who inspired me and opened doors I never knew existed. I learned to think outside the box, chasing new ideas that made my business stand out. I took pride in becoming a leader, guiding my team toward our big dreams. But success wasn't just about the money. It was about proving I could rise from betrayal. I felt strong, knowing I could create something real. I built my empire, a fortress against doubt, where I could finally breathe. The thrill of success filled me with pride and disbelief. I wasn't the same guy who'd trusted too easily. I'd become someone who could handle the storm. Standing at the head of my thriving business, I knew every sacrifice was worth it. I turned my pain into power, and that feeling was amazing. My heart raced, not just from success, but from knowing I'd taken my life back. But then, shadows crept in. People I thought I could trust whispered behind my back. "You think you're untouchable?" One sneered, eyes glinting with greed. "You're just a pawn in their game." I felt a chill. Doubt seeped into my mind. Was I just a player in someone else's dark romance? I'd to fight back. With every twist and turn, I uncovered lies and manipulation. Each revelation stung, but it only fueled my fire. I wouldn't let anyone take my hard work away. "Watch me," I said, staring into the eyes of those who doubted me. "I'll rise higher than you can imagine." Haunting memories stick to me like glue, creeping into my mind when I least want them. I can't shake off Lily's smile or the laughter we used to share. It feels like a dream now, ruined by betrayal. I remember those long nights, waiting for her to come home. My heart raced, worrying if she'd show up, and with every tick of the clock, doubt grew stronger. "Where are you, Lily?" I whispered to myself, pacing the floor. I kept replaying the times she came home late. Her eyes would widen, begging me to believe her, but my gut screamed that something was off. Those memories cling to me, dark shadows, reminding me of the love I lost. Now, I'm running my business and trying to build something great, but the wreckage of our past still haunts me. Trust used to come easy for me, but now it feels like a fragile glass. I've built walls around my heart, too scared to let anyone in. When I meet someone new, that fear creeps back in. What if I get hurt again? Are you okay? A friend asked once, noticing my distant stare. I forced a smile. Yeah, just thinking. But those memories won't let go. They remind me of all I've lost and shape who I'm now, a man marked by betrayal. I can't change the past, but I want to fight for a future where those shadows don't control me. Suddenly, my phone buzzed, a message from Lily. Can we talk? My heart raced. Should I respond? The memories flooded back. I took a deep breath, ready to face the ghost of my past. Fine, I typed back, knowing this moment could change everything. Sarah burst into my life like a strong wind, shaking off the dust of my past. After everything with Lily, I thought I'd never feel alive again. But Sarah was different. From the first time we talked, I felt the heavy weight on my heart start to lift. She was smart and funny. We laughed and shared dreams late into the night. It felt good to have someone who listened. With her, I began to heal. Trust wasn't easy, but I wanted to try. With Sarah at my side, I pushed myself at work. I took risks, expanded my business, and made connections I never imagined. Her support lit a fire in me. I started to see a future where I could be happy, even though I still felt the sting of betrayal. One evening, Sarah looked at me seriously. You deserve happiness, Jason, she said, her eyes steady. Those words hit me hard. Letting go of the past was tough, but I saw that Sarah could be my chance for something real. I was ready to jump into a new life filled with trust and connection. But then, shadows crept in. I noticed odd things, whispers behind my back, secretive texts on her phone. My heart raced. Was she really here for me? Or was there something darker happening? Doubts flooded my mind. I confronted her one night. Are you hiding something from me? Her face went pale. Jason, I swear it's not what you think. But I was already spiraling, my gut twisted with fear. Trust issues bubbled up, and I felt the old scars reopen. I wanted to believe her, but the darkness of betrayal loomed large. As I tried to navigate this tangled mess, I had to decide. Could I trust Sarah? Or was I just stepping into another trap of toxic love, manipulation, and greed? My heart pounded as I waited for her answer, knowing that whatever she said could change everything. Even though Sarah said nice things, doubts danced in my head like pesky flies. The betrayal I felt before left marks on my heart that just wouldn't fade. I built walls around my feelings to keep safe, but those walls felt lonely. Each time Sarah smiled, I wanted to lean in, but something inside tugged me back. I had learned to protect myself, but it felt like being chained down. The idea of letting someone in was scary. Memories of lies and secrets haunted me. Could I really open my heart again? I wanted to rebuild our relationship, but fear gripped me tight. Trying to get close to Sarah felt like tiptoeing on ice that could crack any moment. I hesitated to trust her, afraid of being hurt again. Every little step forward felt like a fight, against my own worries. As I moved through this tough time, I realized those scars could give me strength. I reminded myself that not everyone would hurt me. I wanted to give Sarah a chance, but fear still clung to me like a shadow. I needed to find the courage to push past my fears and see what good could come from being open. Why can't you just trust me? Sarah asked, frustration flickering in her eyes. I want to, but I stammered, glancing away. Don't let the past steal your future, she urged, her voice soft but firm. As I sat across from Sarah at dinner, a flicker of hope sparked inside me. I couldn't believe I was feeling this way again, especially after everything that happened with Lily. But Sarah was different. She listened closely as I spoke, her eyes full of warmth and understanding. I shared my dreams and ambitions, and for the first time in ages, I felt a connection. My thoughts raced as I imagined a brighter future. I'd built my own empire, and despite the pain, I'd grown stronger. But the shadows of my past loomed over me. Could I ever trust again? Would I let someone in without fear? The sting of betrayal still hurt, but Sarah's presence melted some of that ice. She reached out and touched my hand. "You deserve happiness, Jason," she said softly. Her words wrapped around me like a warm blanket, pushing my doubts aside. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to embrace this new beginning. As the evening went on, I found myself smiling more. The weight of my past started to lift. Maybe, just maybe, I could let go of the hurt. With Sarah, I felt the possibility of love again. It scared me, but it also thrilled me. Just then, my phone buzzed. I glanced down and saw a message from Lily. My heart sank. "You'll regret leaving me," it read. I looked up at Sarah, panic rising in my chest. "I have to take this," I said, my voice shaky. Sarah's expression shifted. "Is it about her?" she asked, concern etched on her face. "It's complicated," I replied, urgency creeping in. I stepped outside, my heart pounding. Lily had always been manipulative, twisting my heart like a puppet. I couldn't let her pull me back in. "Jason, don't ignore me. I know you still care." Lily's voice crackled over the phone. It was a trap, just like before. I took a deep breath, shaking my head. "I'm done, Lily. I won't let you control me anymore." I hung up, my heart racing. When I returned to the table, Sarah's eyes searched mine. "What happened?" she asked. "It was Lily," I admitted. "She's trying to pull me back in." Sarah's grip on my hand tightened. "You can't let her win," she urged. "I know," I said, feeling the weight of my choices. But as I looked into Sarah's eyes, I realized I'd a chance to break free from the past. I could choose trust. I could choose happiness. With a deep breath, I smiled. "Let's start fresh," I said. And in that moment, I felt the flicker of hope grow brighter, ready to face whatever darkness lay ahead. I thought I was done with my past, but then Lily's message hit me like a slap in the face. It pulled me right back into the mess I'd fought so hard to leave behind. I stared at my screen, frozen. Her words stirred up a storm inside me, betrayal, confusion, and even a tiny spark of hope. She wanted to talk and explain. I wanted to shout, "Why now?" after everything that had happened. As I read her message, I felt the weight of trust hanging in the air. Could I ever trust her again? I'd built my life, my empire, and I'd poured everything into my work. But her shadow was always there, lurking. I'd learned to be strong, but this message was like a bomb about to go off. I felt pulled between my hard-earned success and the ghosts of my past that still haunted me. I remembered all those lonely nights, feeling stupid for ever believing in her. And now, here she was, trying to pull me back into her world. My heart raced with fear and anger. Should I respond? Should I let her back in, knowing how much she hurt me? Lily's message hit me like a punch. It forced me to face a truth I didn't want to see. I hadn't just lost her trust. I'd lost myself. That day marked the start of my journey to find out who I really was. At first, it felt like I was lost in a thick fog, not knowing where to go. I'd built a successful business, but inside, I was falling apart. I'd let her define me, and now I needed to take back my identity. I began to think about what I loved and dreamed of, things I'd pushed aside for our relationship. I remembered how much I loved starting new projects and the rush of making ideas come to life. It was time to embrace that again. I grabbed a notebook and wrote down everything I wanted out of life. Not just for work, but for everything. I focused on my strengths, my skills, and my dreams. Each day, I took small steps to rebuild myself. With every win in my business, I felt a little more of my self-worth return. I realized my value didn't come from what others thought of me. I was more than just a partner. I was a person capable of amazing things. I was learning to love myself again. I knew I couldn't let my past hold me back. Sure, I'd been hurt before, but shutting myself away wouldn't fix anything. I decided to take a chance. Embracing new relationships meant letting myself be vulnerable. It was a scary step, but I was ready. Then Sarah came along. She was warm and real, and talking to her felt easy. I laughed, something I hadn't done in ages. But deep down, something twisted in my gut. Memories of being betrayed haunted me. Trust? It felt risky. I was afraid of being hurt again. "Are you okay?" Sarah asked one day, her eyes searching mine. "Yeah, just thinking," I replied, forcing a smile. My heart raced. I wanted to let her in, but fear was loud in my head. I took a deep breath. I'd start small. "I like to draw," I told her, testing the waters. Each word was a tiny step. "Really?" "I'd love to see your drawings," she said, her face lighting up. It felt good to share, but the shadows of my past loomed. With every conversation, I felt myself inching forward. I learned that I didn't have to. Forget the pain. Instead, I could build on it. I faced my fears head on. "Why do you hesitate?" Sarah's voice was soft yet firm. "If you keep holding back, you'll miss out." I nodded, feeling the truth of her words. I'd to let my guard down. 1. Evening. We were sitting under the stars. "I'm scared," I admitted, my voice barely above a whisper. "What if I get hurt again?" She reached for my hand. "Life is about risks. You can't let past hurts steal your future." That night, I felt a spark of hope. Maybe I could find joy again. As I opened my heart, I saw how beautiful connection could be. But just as I was starting to trust, my past came rushing back. I learned that Sarah had a secret. One night, I overheard a conversation that shattered my heart. "Just keep him close," a voice said. "He's an easy target." My breath caught. Betrayal cut deep. I realized Sarah had been playing me, using my vulnerability against me. "Why?" I confronted her, my voice shaking. "Was this all a game to you?" She looked caught, her eyes darting. I didn't mean to hurt you." I stepped back, my heart pounding. I'd opened my heart only to find manipulation instead. It felt like a dark storm inside me. "I trusted you," I said, anger fueling my words. "I thought we'd something real." "Please, I can explain," she pleaded, but I was done. I turned away, the pain of betrayal burning in my chest. I'd opened up, only to be hurt again. But this time, I wouldn't let it break me. I was stronger now. As I walked away, I realized that every experience, good or bad, was part of my journey. I wouldn't let anyone take my power again. As I stood in my office, alone and surrounded by the walls that seemed to whisper my dreams and failures, I knew I was creating something that was all mine. Each hour I worked felt like a step away from the betrayal that had ripped my heart apart. I'd lost not just a partner, but a piece of my soul. The empire I was building became my safe haven, a sign of my strength and growth. "I won't let it break me," I muttered, pouring my energy into the business. I hired amazing people, kicked off new projects, and watched my ideas unfold. Each success felt like a punch back at the heartbreak. I realized my worth wasn't tied to someone else's choices. It came from my fight to rise and chase my dreams. "Look at what you've done," my friend Sarah said, her eyes shining. "You turned pain into power." Those words struck a chord. With every milestone, the sting of betrayal faded. I wasn't just a victim anymore. I was building a legacy that showed my determination. This journey was tough, but it made me stronger. I learned to trust again, first myself and then others. "Are you ready for the big launch?" my team asked, buzzing with excitement. I nodded, feeling the thrills surge through me. I'd become the creator of my future, not just an empire, but a legacy built alone. It was mine, and it felt unstoppable. I knew this legacy would resonate long after I was gone, a testament to my journey from heartbreak to triumph. But I was still wary. The scars of the past reminded me that trust could be fragile. I'd to keep my guard up. Greed and manipulation lurked in the shadows, and I was determined not to let them take me down again. "Keep your eyes open," I told my team, my voice steady. "We're in this together." As we prepared for the launch, I felt the weight of betrayal lift. Just when I thought I was free, a message from Lily lit up my phone. "Can we talk?" it said. My heart raced. Memories flooded back. The hurt, the broken trust. I'd built my life without her, but now she wanted to sneak back in. Anger bubbled up inside me. Did she think I'd just forget? I remembered her smile and the dreams we once shared, but those were gone. All I felt was betrayal. What could she possibly want? Did she really believe I'd welcome her back? No way. I was stronger now. My business was booming, and my life was mine, shaped by my choices, not hers. I took a deep breath, my resolve hardening. I wouldn't answer her. I'd left her speechless before, and I could do it again. Ignoring my phone, I pushed thoughts of her aside. I'd fought too hard to move on. She belonged to the past, and that's where she'd stay.